Now to Capitol Hill, where 4 House Republicans, as I mentioned at the top of the show, defied Speaker Mike Johnson by signing on to a democratically drafted discharge petition to force a vote on extending Obamacare tax credits for 3 years. Nikole Killion joins me now from Capitol Hill. Quite a day, Nikole. Catch us up.
Well, it was quite a day that started this morning with those 4 Republicans signing on to a Democratic discharge petition that was led by leader Hakeem Jeffries that in essence would extend these enhanced tax subsidies for the next 3 years, just a straight, clean extension. We saw a similar proposal over in the Senate fail, although 4 Republicans signed on to that measure as well. So over in the House now for backing this measure as well. And what we're looking to see is when this may come to the floor for a vote. Speaker Mike Johnson, of course, was asked about that earlier today. I also asked him about that conversation that he had on the House floor following all of this with Congressman Mike Lawler, who was one of those lawmakers that you talked to just yesterday, who kind of led moderates in signing on to this discharge petition. Take a listen to the Speaker's response.
Have you lost control of the House?
I have not lost control.
Because this is the third time.
There are look, we have the smallest majority in U.S. history, okay? These are not normal times. There are processes and procedures in the House that are less frequently used when there are larger majorities. And when you have the luxury of having 10 or 15 people who disagree on something, you don't have to deal with it.
Now, more specifically, the Speaker told me about that conversation he had on the floor with Congressman Lawler and a few other moderates, that it was, quote, intense fellowship. And he said, obviously, they're still trying to work through these complex issues. As for when that discharge petition may come up for a vote, the Speaker said to stay tuned.
And in that stay tuned category, Nikole, just remind the audience, House and Senate members are looking to leave Washington any day now, right?
Yeah, that's right. And obviously, too, in terms of process and procedure, not to bore folks at home, but with these discharge petitions, they usually have to sit for a couple of days, 7 legislative days to be specific, before they can be brought up for a vote on the floor, which means this likely won't come up until early January. But for instance, we saw with the Epstein files, that too was moved through a discharge petition, and the Speaker brought that up well before that time period. So that is kind of the question, because obviously we're up against this deadline where these subsidies expire at the end of the year. Leader Jeffries called on the Speaker to bring it up right away. Leader Schumer also echoing that if the House passes this, he believes that Leader Thune should also bring it up for a floor vote. But again, unclear if that's all going to transpire in the next, 24 hours before they all get set to leave town.
And we're all waiting to see if the president says anything at all about this in his primetime address later on tonight. Nikole Killion, thank you so very much.